Horror movies. I like them. Do you like them? That's it.
I am mid on horror movies. I like them, but I like to watch them at the appropriate time in Spooktober and all of that. But we're going to be doing a tier list of horror characters. This is horror characters, Judd. Will you know the characters? You can see the rankings on the side here. We're not going to describe them. We're just going to get into it. We're not fucking lazy, you know. Judd, Alien, Xenomorph. What do you think of Xenomorphs? I'm going to let you be the primary decider on this. Because you're more of a horror boy. I would put that around I like you. I think that's a good horror character.
So, it depends on which Alien we're talking about. Because if we're talking about Alien 1, it's definitely up there. What is this? Let me be by your side. Is this some sort of like how much we'd want to fuck the creature in question?
I want to be with you while you commit your horrific crimes.
I don't. That's the appeal is that I want to be as far away from this creature as possible.
I want this.
Okay, if we're talking about first movie Alien, then it is definitely an A, maybe even an S, but. Because the whole horror of the thing was like it hid out of sight a lot. There was only one of them, but it was this huge threat. And then in the second one, there was like more, and I think there was the Queen in that one, and
I've
everything.
only seen the
but
first
it was
movie.
still good.
I saw Alien vs Predator though.
Yeah, see. That's good, but for like a whole different thing. I love any when they do like a somebody versus something from like horror franchises, because I just see it as like a huge like goof thing. When I want to go see Alien, I'm there for the suspense and the horror. When I want to go see Alien versus Predator, I'm there with a fucking mouthful of popcorn, like giggling at the screen. But I'd say A. I think A.
Annabelle.
It is Annabelle.
Dead.
I've not seen this.
Not scary.
Okay.
Don't care. I can't get into like just what is it? Supernatural horror too much. It's just not real though, is it? Yeah. Aliens could be real. You know, it's not. You're not convincing me that doll's actually possessed. Is the thing. Jigsaw. S tier horror character.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So Jigsaw / Billy the puppet / the guy on the tape recorder who's got cancer. I fucking love the Saw movies. In fact,
even
Saw...
you've got to admit that at a certain point they like fell off hard.
Oh yeah. Of course they did. We'll not talk about the pink blood in Saw 6. I think it was. But yeah, no, they did.
Do you know who this clown is?
I do know. That's Captain Spaulding.
Okay, I literally don't even know what this character's from.
He is from House of a Thousand Corpses, and he is also from The Devil's Rejects. He actually died recently, the guy who played him.
Yikes. We put him in D for dead, or is that too insensitive?
No. So the thing is with Captain Spaulding is that he wasn't really sort of the main perpetrator of like the carnage in either of the movies. He was a bastard, I think he was more. I haven't seen all of House of a Thousand Corpses, so I can't really say. But I think he was more of a bastard in The Devil's Rejects. I liked him though. I liked seeing him whenever he was on screen. I'd put him in B.
Okay, B. Chucky doll. I would put forward, like, just for being an icon and scaring me when I was a child, I'd put around B. I remember accidentally watching this movie around Halloween time, when my parents, they must have been busy doing something and weren't aware of whatever the fuck I was doing, and what I was doing was watching fucking Chucky for some reason. And I remember thinking, this sort of feeling exists when I was watching this. I was far too young to be watching this.
Yeah.
But even as a kid, it didn't scare me that much. It's just for how iconic the character is and kind of cool. But I would put it somewhere. I would potentially even put C. I think they're overrated because some people had put them right at the top.
I would have said C personally because I watched it. I watched
Chucky.
it. I don't know. I feel like I watched Chucky when I was 13 or 14, and that's not as young as when you were. But I wasn't scared of Chucky when I watched it at like 13 or 14.
I think there must have been an element of it that must have needed to be a bit comedic. Yeah. I don't know. Speaking of comedic, Freddy
Krueger.
Krueger.
I watched every one of these. I love them all. S tier.
Okay. He can do it all.
Okay,
he can be scary, and he can be mostly funny for most of the time. He's mostly a comedy character, as far as I'm concerned.
1 and 2 is fucking terrifying. 3 onwards, it's just a goofball. There's the one in Dream Warriors where he's like a stoner, this one teenager, and he's like dreaming that he's like ligged on the sofa watching TV, and he's like smoking a joint or something, and Kruger's head like comes up through the top of the TV. It grows incredibly long arms from the side, and he goes, now's your prime time, bitch! And he fucking grabs this guy by the head, and he pushes his head through the TV, and this guy's like going, it's fucking great.
It just becomes funny at a certain point, doesn't it, really? Speaking of funny, Scream guy, don't fuck off.
Yeah.
I legit, I could beat you in a fight. Stop it. Like, you're not scary. Who's this potato-ass looking motherfucker?
What's that from? Is that Gingerbread Man? That's Gingerbread Man. I'm sure it is.
I've not seen that. I might have to watch this one.
Man, horror movie. The Gingerbread Man. Yeah, that's it, from 2005. I haven't watched it, so I couldn't tell you.
Didn't watch. You go in there.
I don't even know if that is him. I am saying that. I can't really.
Let me see then.
Looks like
Gingerbread Man.
It is him. It is
movie.
him.
The Gingerbread Man horror movie. Let's have a quick look.
I
there he is.
just thought, yeah, there he is. I saw it. Yeah.
That looks absolutely terrible. But
it was. Yeah.
Anyway, is this Gizmo? Is this Stripe? I think it's a Stripe.
No, that's Stripe. That's Stripe. Yeah.
See, I would put this A tier for me. As in, Gremlins is so cool. They've all got a lot of character, but Stripe not one of the most.
Stripe personally, no, because it's like. The idea of the Gremlins was they were these cute these little fucking hyperactive balls that of energy that were got up to mischief and stuff, but Spike was a bit more of the cool guy. You see,
was it Spike or Stripe?
It was Spike or Stripe. I was one of those.
Maybe we put him here.
I'd say
he wasn't
I'd even say maybe C or D.
I'm not allowing that. He's part of too cool of a thing, but
no, I think he's got to go down to C.
We'll even
at least down to C.
I'm in control of the tier list. Fuck you. It's one of the only ones I know. Hannibal Lecter. For me, this has got to be up top. Like one of the best movies ever. Did you see the original It? The original It clown?
I saw both of them, and I love both of them. I mean, Tim Curry's one is. There's a lot more humor in it, and I love all the bits of humor in it because it almost sort of like breaks that up. That whole sort because when Skarsgård is on screen, it's constant. He's a threat. Like he's doing this to be a threat. Whereas when Tim Curry's on screen, it's like he could be doing this. He is still always a threat, but he could be doing this right now to get the guy, or he could just be fucking with him. Like the whole scene when it's one of the characters is like in a library, and he ends up with like blood all over him, but like in typical It fashion, only this guy can see the blood that's all over him, and he ends up going to like this whoever's like the receptionist, and he's asking her for paper towels or something. And Tim Curry's like up on the banister, like cracking fucking jokes at him. He goes, he's like picked up a fake phone and he goes, "Excuse me, do you have Prince Albert in a can? You do? Well then you better let him out." Shit like that. It's like, so I love them both. I think I'd honestly put Tim Curry in A.
I would put this one in A as well. Like scare the shit
well,
out of me.
No, but. I'd put Tim Curry in A. I don't know if I want Skarsgård to go up to S, is the thing, because he didn't have those comedic things in it, in his performance, but what a performance!
Yeah, I think it's one of the best horror films I've ever seen. I can back that.
So yeah.
I reckon if I saw this, I wouldn't like it as much. But Jason, have you seen
and
Jason
it's very long.
one?
Yeah, I've seen them all. Yeah, he became funnier a lot quicker than all the other ones, but I liked that he got funny again.
I've only seen him in a Family Guy cutaway gag. I'll let you pick an A, but I reckon he's probably boring. The shark from Jaws. Fuck off, it's a shark. I'm not scared of a shark. Is this Leatherface?
That is Leatherface.
You seen that one?
I have seen it, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think he probably goes up there on... He's got more personality than, like, your average sort of, like... stalker slasher, like your Jason or your whatever, because he's very obviously like a mentally challenged person. He's like he's a product of incest and has been out in this sort of like secluded area for ages and has been brought up in this really fucked up way of life. And he's got a lot more life and personality to him than Jason
to watch that
or...
one. There's some horror movies on here I'd be tempted to watch, actually.
I'd watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that was pretty good.
The Exorcist demon.
The Exorcist girl. Was it actually Satan? I'm pretty sure it didn't end up being like Satan himself inside, or
I think it was just a demon.
I don't know, but
I think
I'd actually have to say just because the Exorcist girl became like the quintessential like jump scare face, didn't she? Like I almost feel like
the performance is cracking as well, and it's shocking at certain times. It really is still.
I've got a funny story about the Exorcist. Actually, my granddad went to go see it in cinemas when it came out, and my nan wouldn't go with him. But his friend from work said that he would. So they went and saw it, and obviously for at the time as well, it was like a very fucking scary horror movie. And my granddad and his friend came out from seeing it, and they were both like, fucking hell, that was like pretty intense. And my granddad was like, wow, that was like pretty good. What did you think of it? And his mate went, I don't know. It was so realistic that I feel like they should have got up on at the end and like told everybody that it was all okay and it was just pretend.
Yeah.
He wanted like everybody to go, look, by the way, we were just pretend.
Yeah, like they have to do with kids. Right. Shrek.
Michael Myers. Michael Myers. There he is.
I'll put first here C. Choppy Chop. Not an interesting character. The movies is in a boring, but he's got a bit of iconic kind of.
Here's the thing though. The reason why Jason and Michael Myers are so separate, because Halloween, when it first started, was very good.
No,
but
there's never been a good Halloween film.
But it got very, very bad. And the thing is with Jason, though, is that he got, like, funny bad. And I also feel like even at the time, there wasn't, like... They didn't make a movie expecting it to sort of be okay, and then it came out as, like, funny bad. I feel like they knew they were making it, and it was gonna be funny bad, so they, like, lent into it more. And I think, like Jason X, I fucking, burst out laughing at some scenes in fucking Jason X. But it was scary in some parts as well. But whereas Michael Myers, now it is, we've just had fucking Halloween ends. And spoilers, guys, Halloween doesn't end. Okay?
Is that new one? Is that the latest one?
That's the new one.
Oh,
okay, that's the new one. Again, spoilers. He's continued by his son, because of course. So now it's some. Yeah, because he's had a son at some point after all this, between all the stabbing and stuff. So
I don't like how he started off as essentially just a really tough, vicious, like kind of psychopathic, kind of mentally fucked dude that was just a really hard guy to kill. Like, he was big, almost like the Kingpin in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But then he somehow has become some sort of, like, actually supernatural demon dude at this point. And it's like, fuck off. No, and none of them are good. I swear to God, we tried to watch last year. We tried to watch the latest Halloween film. That's obviously it wasn't the very latest now, but the latest one and the original. We tried to watch like a variance of both of them, and they were both terrible. They're both crap, boring, awful. Yeah. Don't bother. Whole franchise should be burned. Pinhead, you seen that? What's that from? I've never seen this.
Hellraiser.
I remember
maybe
being
even
scared
S.
by this character by seeing a poster of the character on your auntie's wall in the bedroom that you now sleep in when we were kids. And I remember she thinking she was a weird woman because she had one of those things, one of those hands that have like the different areas selected that are supposed to tell you like different stuff to do with your hand. She had one of those. On her counter, she had one of those posable mannequins, and she had this dude on her wall. And I was like, "This girl's fucking freaky."
Honestly, I'm looking at him being in A, and he could maybe even go in S.
Do you want to? I don't know. I think it's hard to put a character in S that I can't approve. I'm not that I'm the fucking be all and end all, but I've not even seen this thing. Do I have to watch this movie then? If he's that good?
Yeah, I feel like you have to watch Hellraiser, yeah.
Okay, so do you really want to bump him up? Okay,
because like, I think for me personally, he is like another one that's like up there with Freddy.
Okay. Predator?
So, yes.
I'm thinking maybe somewhere around here.
I've never...
Probably here.
I never really viewed... I mean, they were, but I never really watched the Predator movies like they were horror movies. I almost kind of watched them like they were kind of like Jason Bourne movies, where like I was like just wanting to see the cool shit that Predator was gonna do. Like I was never like, oh fuck, I'm scared. I was never scared to see Predator. I wanted to see him. Like I was like, oh, what cool shit's he gonna do now? So I watched those movies.
My memories of Alien versus Predator is well, it's Alien versus Predator, not Predator. I don't actually think I've seen Predator, but it's just kind of like. I don't know, it's just kind of a bit dull, you know? Like, weirdly. He's just kind of like, he's like an action guy. Like you say, I kind of see him as like Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious or something like that. Or like, whenever The Rock's in a film, I feel like The Rock could play Predator, you know? But still like more interesting than a fucking shark. So, or a doll. Or a fucking dude. You know? These ones really suck at the bottom of here.
Fucking Gingy down.
The Ring Girl, I would personally
the Grudge
put there, maybe a bit further up, but
El Grudjo.
I don't know. The story didn't make enough sense to me, or was good enough for me to kind of get an extra level of scare from that character.
Her contortionism and like she is cool. I guess it's just. The thing is, it's like, well, if you watch the tape, you're gonna die in 7 days, and there's not much real sort of variance on that.
Yeah,
it's like you know, Freddy comes into the dream world, and fucking anything can happen in the dream world.
You can't escape that.
Jigsaw's like he's got his own twisted, fucked up like machinations and stuff. You know, Pinhead comes from hell, so.
Yeah, you know, just don't watch a video, and I can do that.
That tape could be like, you know, just put away somewhere and like,
just
you know,
throw it in the trash. You know, easy. Well, who's this small doll thing? You know this?
I can't really see it, to be honest. I might need a closer look at that.
Let me see if
I got a closer look at this dang thing. Yeah, it's the kid. I didn't watch this movie. I do know who it is. It's like some kid.
Yeah, just some kid. Right, fuck
just
you
some
then.
Kid. It's some kid.
Chucky's bride.
I
Why do we have to have a bride?
Yeah,
Shut up.
Yeah.
Go away.
Why do we have to have a wife?
I don't want a wife. I would rather have a dark fruit than a wife. Shout out to anyone who knows what that's from. Here we go. This is the only truthful tier list for horror characters. This is the only real correct answer, as always, whenever we do a tier list. And if you think differently, tweet at TweetsBadly and fuck you.
I know somebody's really angry at Stripe just sitting there right above Michael Myers, but I don't care. He's boring, and so are his movies.
Fuck you. Fucking Gremlins 1 is alright. Okay. Bye.